Have you ever heard the saying, out of your problems, out of your biggest struggles, your breakdowns can be a breakthrough or a gift? And I know this to be true. I'm going to share my story because it relates to if you are in business and you're feeling like nothing's going right and you're struggling and it just all seems not okay, how you can start turning that around. So it starts with something that just happened to me. Over it's now 2 weeks, I broke 4 fingers. This is what they made me do. I had two here and two here, but I don't have to wear them anymore. And I'll tell you why, so I can take them off. I just wanted to show you. So what happened was very quickly, the story, it was just a fluke, horrible accident. My garage door was broken and I had to manually from the outside pull it down. And those they're metal heavy doors. And when they close, there's like little slabs of opening as it closes down. And I was doing it slow. And towards the end, it went whoop, and both hands got caught inside. We're talking hundreds of pounds. I don't even know how heavy, but it's hundreds of pounds of a door, and my hands are in it. I was screaming bloody murder. It was horrible. I don't have to say. And nobody on my street was there. It was empty. And now I'm not just in excruciating pain, but I'm afraid, really afraid. Makes me emotional just a little bit to talk about it because that fear is still in there. It's only been 2 weeks. Um, then nobody would come. And then what would happen to me? So I kept screaming and screaming. And at some point, I stopped and I just said a little prayer. I said, please, God, send me help, send me help. And literally within a few seconds, two guys from the neighborhood across from me who were landscapers heard me scream and ran over, opened the door, and got my hands out. Well, I ended up in the and boy, am I grateful for those guys. They were angels. So obviously, I went to the emergency room and they told me these two in each fingers, I broke the tips. They're still broken now. Um, and the man who the doctor who had told me to put the splints on said, you've got to keep them on for 3 weeks and do not move those hands because then you could, this part of my finger was okay. He said you could ruin the rest of your fingers and have permanent damage. So for a whole week, I couldn't do anything. And that got me more depressed. I couldn't wash my face. I mean, I could wash with these two fingers, but how do you wash your face like that? I couldn't floss my teeth. I couldn't cut vegetables. Friends were coming over I wanted to eat healthy because my body was feeling so bad as it was. Um, I tried to pump gas about 7 days later and I couldn't even squeeze the thing. I couldn't tie my shoes when I tried to walk. I can't tell you how many things I couldn't do. So the depression was big. And what I decided is this is not good. This is not good. I decided I must do something. People will call it being proactive. I now call it my hell no strategy. That's what I'm sharing with you today. I literally said, hell no, hell no. So at that moment, when I said hell no, and I said, I've got to visualize and I'm going to start healing my fingers. So I happen to know a lot of energy healing techniques. And I literally said, my goal is to heal this much faster than he's saying. And I am going to every night do my healing routine. It's a powerful routine that heals at a cellular level. Do you know these fingers you're looking at were all the two middle ones were all black, very swollen. This one's still swollen. But the black in 1 week went away to light yellow. Now they're normal colors, a little bit more red. That's it. This is what was happening. By the end of week 1, my friend remembers she has a friend who's a doctor who specializes in hands. When you think the universe isn't listening, it's listening. She gets me in. He says, "Take these off now. Don't wait 3 weeks because your hands need to move." He told me I have to do this, and they're even better. And it's only 2 weeks, and they're still broken. Now, how did I get to this healing even before the doctor? It all started with this hell no attitude that nothing's going to get in my way in this case of healing. And then I remembered I've done this before. Many, many years ago, I went rollerblading with somebody. I fell, broke my tailbone, same thing, went to emergency room. I was like, I don't know, late 20s. And he said, "You're going to be in pain because we can't cast this maybe a year." And I refused. I said, "No, no." I went home and I said, "Oh, no, 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 no." It's no again. You know, that hell no. Wait, I think I have a sign. Hell no. I wrote it. And I said, I've got to do something. And my intuition said, try yoga. Now, I couldn't even do this, but every day I did 5 minutes of moving, moving, moving. My logic told me that would help. Do you know I released the pain in 4 months? He told me it'd be at least a year. Gone. Hell no. Then I did it with my business. About, I don't know, 8, 10 years ago, my business went loop and I hardly had any clients. And I really got scared because that's my income is how I survive, right? And so I went on, I had just read a book called The Little Abundance Book, and I decided I am going to do visualizations, every affirmations with visualizations, like really sink into my ability to create powerful energy to attract abundance. And do you know, and I didn't skip a day, and on day 12 or 13, the phone started ringing. Normally, I'll get one or two clients. Within 2 days, I got seven more clients. I don't usually ever get that many influx, and it just kept happening. But again, at that time, I didn't wasn't going to sit there and go, poor me, poor me. I said, hell no, I've got to do something different. And that's my message for you today. When things are going down, when you're having a breakdown, when things are being not okay, obviously honor the feeling. I do tapping to work through the feeling. But after you've done that, adopt the attitude of hell no, what can I do? Ask yourself the question. Don't ask yourself, I'll start with that. Don't say, oh God, what's going to happen? That's not going to help. Ask yourself, what can I do? And how can I have this hell no attitude that I'm not going to let adversity rule me? Got it? Don't let adversity rule you. It's just part of life. But there are hundreds of ways that we can overcome. That's the beauty of choice. So I hope this message was helpful. I would love to hear a comment below. What how this helped you, or did it spark something for you, or can you relate? See you next time.